So here's a headline I guess I never really thought I would read. So this is from Eurogamer and Connor Maker, who says video games are losing the attention war to gambling, porn, and crypto, according to industry reports. A new report by Epilion, a gaming industry advisory company headed by venture capitalist and market guru Matthew Ball, has broken down the state of the video game industry and has published data indicating the medium is losing the war for people's attention to other ventures, including gambling, crypto, and pornography. The report, a lengthy 164-page presentation, which you can and should read yourself, dedicates a whole section called Video Games Are Losing the Attention War in the Major Market 8 to the topic. It starts by comparing pre- and post-pandemic consumer spending from 8 major video game markets: USA, Japan, South Korea, UK, Germany, France, Canada, and Italy. Prior to the pandemic, these countries made up 60% of total spending on video games. Post-pandemic, almost all of these regions have seen a drop in gaming population. In the US, 2.5 to 4 points worth of players stopped playing video games. The Canadian Trade Association found in its latest report that roughly 1 in 6 players prior to the pandemic have stopped playing. These decreases in participation have resulted in the report posted in a drop in spending. In the US, PC and console spending is down 8% since 2020/2021, which comes to roughly $2.3 billion. Mobile gaming US annual growth in terms of spending has largely flatlined since 2025, but is still above 12% compared to 2020 and now beats out console spend. Total spend across all major 8 market regions on console PC shrunk by $4.8 billion and mobile is down by $2.3 billion. All while 5 of these 8 markets are at an all-time high in terms of total spend. This money is instead going elsewhere, to Roblox, for example, which the report states is up 67% of net growth. So that's a lot of dire sounding figures, but why is it happening? There's all this attention and money going. Well, chapter 4 of the report links this drop down to multiple other mediums garnering people's attention. These are social video, creator pornography, AI assistant, crypto and meme coins, prediction markets, online sports betting, and iGaming and iCasinos. In just the US, consumption of TikTok is up 39 million hours a day compared to pre-COVID figures. In 2025, American consumers spend roughly $5 billion on OnlyFans. Cryptocurrency, too, has been siphoning attention and money from the video games, according to a report. While its first boom happened during the pandemic, video game boom, its second rise in popularity among the public happened in 2025, while the video game industry stagnated. During the 2025 period, AI apps that allowed for roleplay, erotica, and art have soared. The latest tracked statistics for installs for this software came to just under 1 billion worldwide. Prediction markets, where users can bet on events that happen in the world, also had a recent boom in popularity. Users placed 1.5 million bets on a day during Q4 2025. Online sports betting is also taking potential users' money. In 2025, U.S. net losses due to sports betting passed 17 billion, a 35% increase from 2029 as these sorts of services become normalized, legalized, and integrated into sports in the U.S. Despite bans in other countries, international net losses are around 53 billion a year. iGaming, which includes online casinos, are yet another avenue of gambling, which the report raises as an alternative path to gamers' money. iGaming is twice the size of the mobile casino game category in terms of growth, and 21% of all U.S. video game spend. Worldwide, gamers lose about $54 billion a year in legal iGaming and accounts for 45% of global gaming spending. The report states that video game post-pandemic problem isn't that players choose to watch TikTok instead of buying a AAA video game or subscribe to OnlyFans instead of buying a PlayStation. It's that on a Friday evening, players are growing a share of their time and spend elsewhere. So that was a very interesting read and one that I think is important because a lot of people are saying that gaming is stagnating. Certainly, we're at a point, and this is like really serendipitous that this came out the weekend that Resident Evil 9 came out, where the Resident Evil franchise has been a consistent shower. 7, 8, 9, the remake of 2 and 3 all came out since 2017. That's keeping fans happy and engaged in a way that a lot of video games are not, and in a way that a lot of these other places, you can bet on sports every day. There's some sport going on. You can bet on, casinos every day where you don't even have to go to a casino. You can just virtually go to one. Like everything's always available. For gaming, there are games that are always available, but they might not necessarily be the games that you want to be playing. Like maybe you're not into Fortnite, maybe you're not into extraction shooters like Arc Raiders and Marathon. So you're spending your time doing stuff that you actually like. And yeah, that includes watching porn. I mean, look, I have always been someone who's been on the people who are too gooned out to engage with, a female video game character that isn't their ideal of attractive. But you know what? Maybe you were right. Maybe that's the difference, and that's why video games aren't as popular anymore. I don't know. What are your thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comments. And check out our other channels, which include where you get everything where we do video essays and video game reviews, and our sports channel where you do sports news, and our podcast channel, Better Radio. Again, this is Those Fake Nerds. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, so please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.